Hey guys, how you doing tonight? Welcome to another Shop Talk. We have with us our regular right here on the side. That's
How you doing,
Mike.
guys? Mike from Mid America.
And as special guest tonight, we have Ryan from Northeast Arkansas Coins and Collectibles, right down there.
Yes, sir. I'm here.
So, hey, Ryan, we're going to make you big here. If you could tell us a little bit about yourself. So, don't get stage fright.
Oh, you just took me off, man.
I seen that. Don't get stage fright.
crazy.
Here we go.
Hey, everybody. I'm Ryan Poole from Northeast Arkansas Coin Company. I'm based out of Arkansas, Jonesboro, about an hour outside of Memphis. We deal in all different types of rarities. We deal in antiques, coins, silver, gold, paper money, stamps. And I've been a good friend with these guys for going on, what, Mike, 3-4 years?
Oh, a little bit longer than that, but that's okay.
Hey, I've 3 or 4 years. But that's about it.
We'll make you small again. Why don't we? I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. I'll be posting your. I won't be like saying hi, but I'll be posting you up. So that's my saying hi while these guys talk. What subject do we want to start off with talking about, guys?
Well, you pick it. It's your show tonight.
I heard there's some counterfeits. I made a counterfeit video earlier this week.
Well, maybe let's touch a little bit on that.
Did you get some counterfeits, Mike?
Actually, yeah, I did. I really feel sorry for the family, but you know, guys, I always say when you're out there buying, a lot of these are proof eagles, type 1, type 2. You guys know what they issued from the U.S. Mint, but when you're buying $50 a piece and through the mail, come on, what's too good to be true is really not true. I'll pay more than that for them all day long. But these are type 1, type 2 proofs. Let me see. Yeah, here's type 2. I got type 2 out there. I don't know if you can see that. Anyway, these here were brought in to me. I bought a halfway decent sized collection. These were in the collection. This is one of the last things the family's father bought, and the bad part about it is he bought online. This is what happens sometimes. They were all counterfeits. They're not even silver. And I was down there visiting some people in Jonesboro, which is Ryan, his father. Back then I mentioned something to them, so they asked me to take one back of theirs because they bought them without the box paper. Luckily, they were right on. They were good.
You're seeing it a lot happen though. Like
Yes,
buying
yeah.
online and buying off of TV shows, you are seeing it a lot happen. Where you are getting a lot of counterfeits. Like I know you guys are seeing just as many as we are. I mean, hell, in the last week, 2 weeks, I've seen probably 20 to 30.
And that's why I really appreciate what Doug Davis and his group's doing, trying to stop all this counterfeiting and everything. Guys, yeah, they're out there trying to stop it, and they do have an organization that you can donate to help them. I don't have the paperwork here this round, but I will have it for the next show so we can talk a little bit more about that. But they do help out a lot in the coin community with stopping a lot of this stuff. It's happening more and more, though, today than what it did 20 years ago.
Now, you said something tragic happened with Doug Davis. Do you want to fill everybody in on that?
Yes. I have not verified 100%, but my wife let me know that on Facebook she found out that Doug Davis, he's a really nice guy. His home burnt down. I don't know the full scoop yet. I haven't talked to Doug yet. That's happened about 2 or 3 weeks ago, so I'm going to be getting some scoop on that too, and we'll talk more about that.
Now, if anybody has any comments or questions, post them in the chat, and I'll do my best. Again, I'm saying hi just by posting your link up. Now, you had some counterfeits come in, Mike, did you not?
Right.
What'd you have come in?
Well, today, I mean, it's like this came in a week or two ago, but today I had where did I put it? Here it is. And actually I got this label to go to Doug Davis so they can help watch out for these too. These are nice China Kabim coin dollars. Ryan knows him and his dad, they buy this stuff too. But we like to buy the real thing. These here are like $3,000 to $5,000. These coins are. The bad about it is they had the double dragon in the group. I mean, they had some really nice coins in there, all from the China mint. The problem is not one of them was real, and I knew it as soon as I seen it. I knew it as soon as I seen it, and it was
That's a shame. That's a shame. Thank you very much. I wanted Brian as the guest here, so let's cover a little bit with him on some counterfeits he may have gotten recently.
Yes, I actually. So I'm gonna start with the Buffalo Nickel 3-legged. I picked up 16 of these things, and they're heavily polished. I don't know if you can see that very well. They're very heavily polished.
Big.
And on the back of them, it's blank. Where it's supposed to say 5 cents down here at the bottom, it doesn't. Now there are about 5 or 6 of them that do, but these are very counterfeit. They've been heavily polished, which is a good sign. 2, they don't have any of the markings or the tails, and especially on the other 10 that do not even have a denomination. I mean, that's a big tell in itself. We also picked up a.
How else can someone tell about? Let's say someone got a regular 1937D Buffalo nickel. I mean, would they have to actually take a super microscope, or can they tell with just a simple loop?
You should be able to tell with a simple loop.
Okay, well, that's good to know.
Yeah, you should be able to tell with a simple loop.
And it's important to know which leg, right?
What'd you say?
It's important to know which leg is supposed to be off, right?
Yeah, it's important to know which leg is supposed to be off. It's important to look at the mounds. I mean, there's all the tells of the counterfeit for the 3-legged.
I've seen them where they had the front leg taken off. I'm like, nope, that's fake. That's fake.
I've never actually seen a front leg get taken off. I've seen a lot of the counterfeits like I have here, but I've never seen the front leg taken off.
What else you got for us today? Anything?
Yes, I got this 14D.
Let me stop you just a minute. I made a video on that 14D. We're going to post a link in the chat, and then you go ahead, buddy.
All right.
Go ahead.
I already got them all excited when you start talking that.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if you can see this very well. My camera's not the best.
Yeah, get it over towards your face a little bit more, then it'll zoom it out and get the coin. There you go. Stay right there. Hold it right there. Oh, right there. Yeah, you guys can kind of see that if you look at it. The most common way they make them is they usually take a 1944. And then if you know your backs, you can look at the back and tell the difference too.
And that is actually exactly what they did here. They took the 44 and they shaved the 44 to make it a 14.
That's the most common way to do it. The problem is, usually you can tell by the backs too on them.
And they also take they add the D on some of them. Which,
on the 14, yes.
And,
but a lot of them are very noticeable too, though.
Very.
I think I covered that in my video, the D itself. It has like the one side, and then it comes to a triangle on the curved side on the inside of the D. It's more like a point instead of like an oval. So that is something you want to look at. There are 4 confirmed dies on the 14D, but some people say there's 5 to 7 on the obverse, but there's only 4 confirmed. Am I reaching proper there, or am I wrong?
No, there's to my understanding, there were only 4 confirmed.
Yes, 4 confirmed, but some people say there's 5 or 7. I don't know. But yes, you're right, 4 confirmed.
But the thing is, we can't, when we look at it as dealers and people who study it, you can't look at what possibly is out there. You have to look at what is confirmed. If you're going to try to tell, what's fake.
If you're going to sell it for a real, yeah.
I don't want to say. Yeah, I don't want to say like you're saying. I don't want to say. Hey,
no, it's the same way with the 28 piece dollar. I mean, there's people get real confused about that. They don't know what they're looking at, and they get real confused. You got to watch them. A lot of the 28s look real good that are fake because a lot of times they remove the S, and there's usually a mark there, and that's when I start really studying the dollar to make sure that it wasn't just a 28S. It was.
Now, from my understanding, guys, maybe I'm wrong, but it is not illegal to own a counterfeit. It's only illegal to try to pass it off for a monetary value. Is that not correct? You can own one as long as you don't try to sell it.
It varies by state to state, really.
To my knowledge, I don't think anybody has ever gotten in trouble for owning a counterfeit. It's when you go to
When
sell
you
it
try
or
to
receive
sell
it
it.
in lieu of trade.
Yeah, I believe that's how it is. Yeah.
Because if you come into a shop and we tell you guys it's fake, and then you go out and sell it, guys, you opened up a whole new can of worms. And
Yeah, because
we have a guy
come
right now
after you.
sitting in the jailhouse because he sold a $50 gold. I told him it was fake, and he still pushed it off and went and sold it the very same day. Came back to me that evening, and I knew right off the bat it was the fake one because I just looked at it.
So yeah,
that's a no-no. If you
on
want to keep it, that's fine. Don't go and try to sell it when you know what it is.
on
It
the
could get you in big
14D,
trouble.
there are reverse dies as well that you should be aware of. I did not cover the front obverse and reverse dies. What I did cover is telltales that it's a counterfeit. Is I just wanted to touch base on that. As far as the 14D, wouldn't you think that if you are a novice collector, not very experienced, wouldn't you recommend someone to buy one certified or not?
Yes. I would recommend buying any if you're a novice collector and you're just now getting started. For one, even for an experienced collector, it is good for a resale value to buy one that is properly graded by one of the major companies.
Maybe we should get them all graded by PCI. What do you think about that?
Oh man,
They're not even in business anymore.
Wow.
We would be in trouble. We'd be in trouble.
I'm worried about him. I think he's going to start PCI right back
That's
up.
what I'm saying. But no, I think
I used to send coins to them back around the year 2000 because they were the cheapest, and I realized, and it didn't take but 2 submissions to realize I don't want to send coins to these guys. The only thing that was really good about PCI, and I'm gonna be honest with you, is the insert that they had. It made your coins. I mean, just this beautiful toning would come about. That was the only good thing about them. They didn't know how to grade. They couldn't tell if it was clean, but they knew how to tone the coin, didn't they?
But no, to answer your question, I think it would be a very smart and wise decision for a novice collector to buy them graded rather than raw, so you don't get screwed in a way. I mean, there are some places that do not realize that it is.
And there you go. You're taking away from the old school.
What do you mean?
Because in old school, and your dad remembers this, we didn't have grading companies. We were the grading companies. It was one guy sitting and talking to another guy. We both agreed on the grade. We both believe it was really a real coin. We sold that coin.
But we're also looking at a thing where nowadays there are more counterfeits than there were back then. I mean,
now we're peeling potatoes here.
Even the holders can be counterfeited.
See, that's what I'm saying. Even holders can be counterfeit. I mean, they are counterfeiting holders. They're counterfeiting.
Guys, last year at the Grove Show, did you see all Doug Davis's case, all the counterfeits?
Yes,
In
the holders.
In holders, in
Yeah.
NBC, PCGS holders, and ICG. They were in all of them. They did. The guys know how to get around that. It's not safe even on all.
Now talking about
So you really know how to grade the coin.
Mike mentioned PCGS and NGC. Are there any other companies besides those two that are recommended, not necessarily for grading, actually kind of know how to grade, but are they recommended for authenticity if that's what you're really seeking?
Annex. Annex.
What about ICG for authenticity purposes, not for grading?
ICG, I'm always leery on their holders anymore because they don't even come out of Florida anymore. They're basically staying home base. They're not getting out there anymore, pushing their product. So do you really think they have the good graders still there? I don't think so. And that's what you got. That's what you got to have. You got to have good graders. You got to remember, Annex. Even if they're not grading on site, they're at the shows. They're going to be in. One of them's going to be in Grapevine this coming up weekend.
Yeah,
Grapevine, Texas. No, guys, I will not be there, but
I thought ICG. I thought it was at the Tennessee State Show. Do they not go there anymore?
I don't attend to Tennessee, so I can't verify. Ryan, do you guys go to the Tennessee show still?
Yes, but they do not show up now.
Yeah, because I was told they were staying home base in Florida. This is what I've been told.
Mrs. Coin Crew made a comment. People have counterfeits that's been sitting in Grandpa's coins for 20 years. How true do you find that to be, Ryan?
Very, very. And then the thing is,
22 years is setting the people's case. I bought 25 of these. Every one of them was fake. The better about it is the family knows who they bought it from. The gentleman has passed away. It was their dad's friend selling them these dollars, thinking he was getting real dollars. Every one of them's fake.
and it doesn't have to be a rare date or expensive date to be fake.
No, this is
right here.
only an 85p. An 85p, very common dollar.
81S.
Yeah, that's a very common dollar. So, guys, it don't mean it's going to be a better date that they're doing the fake on. They're doing it on the common stuff. When you're doing $20, $25, $30 dollars, they add up when you get enough of them sold.
Yeah, they do.
Having said that, we've named the 4 graders that are probably good for authenticity. Whether grading or not's another story.
No, three. I don't agree with that last one.
I don't agree.
You don't agree with ICG for authenticity?
No, because
I used to. I haven't seen them in a while, so probably not.
You'll see them at the fun show.
Most of the coins that I send off for authenticity and not grade alone will be Annex.
That's where I send them.
Yeah, Annex is a good company. Annex.
I got a few out there right now. I sent to them because that's all I need. That's what my customer wanted. That's all I need.
So if you guys have any experience with
guys, I'm sorry we're not. We got on this subject. We do see all you guys, and good evening. We're glad you're all here.
Yeah, I'm kind of saying hi to all of them by posting their thing up.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't see.
You haven't been paying attention. I've been going like this.
Yeah, I seen a few of them. Pop up.
That's because we get to talk, and
I'm watching over here on my side.
I'm looking for comments more so we can actually read them. What they have here. Just open
live
coins. They're all very red and great shape.
Good seeing you guys.
I think I should have some of them graded. What do you think, guys?
What's that?
What do you think?
On a 59 Lincoln?
I don't think so.
No, they're too cheap.
You have to at least a 67, and I don't think it's worth it.
See, my thing is you have to have at least a 66 or 67. 66 isn't that bad, but just to get it graded, it's going to run you like $5 a coin, 5 to 7.
Mrs. Coin Crew says
too much modern. Send 100 more in to get that price.
And the older stuff is being kept hostage by the grading companies. Oh yeah, dudes, that is so true. I got older stuff being held hostage.
What'd she say? I didn't see that.
She said too much new stuff being sent in, so the older stuff is being held hostage by the grading companies.
Yes, that is very true.
It
takes me longer. I got to call them all the time, complain in order to get it back.
I don't have a problem with people getting modern stuff graded, but if you're looking for a 70, just buy it. And I've got some serious sun coming in here.
It's making that hair look good.
You think?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I've got
a lot of grade going on there.
A bunch of the graders being held hostage. Whole bunch. I have some bulks saying
how's it going?
Still in process. I even got a regular item sent. 5 items. I sent these off. I don't know when I sent them off. Months ago. In process. I want to say I probably sent them off 3 months ago. And they're still in process. Go figure.
3 months ago in processing?
And you know the bad about it is
it's a regular submission.
And they're going to take them back and fix them. I got 5 coins going back because they didn't call them a counterfeit tone, but they didn't put my label on it, Tidy House. After they told me they would. So now I got to send them back because you guys know a Tidy House tone coin is worth a lot more than just a regular.
Coins graded by Star Grading Service, not good. Scott says, thanks, guys.
Ooh,
so, how's your shop business down there? I called you today, and you said, your dad said, I was calling you right before lunch. What's up with that, man?
Man, I will tell you, I try my best to take off for lunch, like absolutely try my best. But with how busy things have been, I will go to leave for lunch, and I will have 5-6 people walk in, and I won't get lunch until like 2 o'clock. I've actually had people like call and leave messages saying, "Hey, when do you guys take lunch? Because my lunches are always scattered." And I'm just like, I do my best to take them at 11:30, 12, but I never get off on time. Never get off on
That's
time.
why you need to learn to do what I do. We just eat at the shop. We just send out, get steak out, bring it back.
Ringmaster says he's never sent a coin off for grading. You'd like him. He likes raw more than
slab too.
Yeah.
And there's actually nothing wrong with liking a coin raw better than slabbed.
Oh, I had this one customer. You probably remember it, Mike. So don't say his name yet. I'm not going to say his name. I'm just going to tell everybody what he did. He would buy a gold gram panda, or he would buy a certified coin or whatever, and he would always want it taken out. I got to touch it. Do you remember his name?
No, I don't.
Starts with a J.
Were they buying them as 70s and taking them out?
He didn't care what it was.
I remember the guy, but I can't remember
his name.
I remember that guy doing that, but I can't remember.
Breaking out a 70, so
and then after this, he rented our coins. That's how we called him, a coin renter.
He would sell them back to us.
He would buy them and sell them back after he took them out. I want to touch it.
That's bad.
Yes, I'm not going to say his name, but I was just because
I remember the guy. I just can't remember his name.
I'm gonna make Mike stew about it.
I'm not going to strain on it.
Main purpose of a graded coin is to guarantee the grade, so there's no question of value. Mud SWAT, grading is subject to opinion. The main reason for grading a coin should be for authenticity, because it's just like anything. It's like tasting a soda pop, tasting an apple. It's going to taste different to two different people. The coin is going to appear different. We try to live by a standard, but eye appeal is a big factor in grading a coin. But
I always say you're buying
no guarantee of grade, and they tell you that at the graders, our number is not guaranteed.
And I do want to say something. Like,
go ahead.
We were at Chicago. Like, people say that the coin is always the grade. There's a saying amongst coin dealers that says, "Buy the coin, not the holder."
That's what I.
And the reason why that's a saying,
right?
There's a reason why that's a saying is we were looking at a Jefferson nickel at the A&A show, graded by one of the major companies, and it said full steps. Well, when we looked at it, it's an MS61 Jefferson nickel.
Yeah, I remember that.
You remember that because I showed it to you. It said full steps on it.
And I told you it wasn't even.
There wasn't a single step on it. Not a single step. So whenever there's a saying, like I said, amongst the coin dealers that is, buy the coin, not the holder. Just because the holder says, hey, it's an MS66, there's a lot of times you can look at that coin and it be a 64 or 65. That being said, there's a lot of times where you could buy.
Well, you remember that collection while we was down there? I took a look at it. And I was showing you guys they overgraded a lot of that coin.
But like I was saying, there's a lot of times where you can buy a coin that is undergraded and have it upgraded.
Now
so it is subject either way.
Let me interject on the statement that I said about authenticity for the graders. Now, even though you're grading for the authenticity purposes, there is still the point where the grade is pretty much accepted, unless it's just totally off. People say, yeah, I can buy it for that grade. But there has been coins that have been graded MS65. I'll say I can only pay 64 money, or I'll pay you 66 money because I don't agree with the grade. Again, it's an opinion, but they are pretty standardized. They do, and you can even go to the point of people literally crack out coins to send them in because they think they're better. And a lot of times, if you go back to the old Rattlers, and this is one of the reasons why they are so popular, a lot of them were undergraded by
standards. Yes. Yeah, somebody in this group is a Rattler collector too. I don't know who that is.
We wouldn't know who that is.
Yes, guys, I go out hunting them all the time. And I'm a sucker.
A lot of people, live Q&A says a lot of people are removing coins and place them in holders, in regular holders. Well, one grader could grade a coin completely different than the other grader sitting next to him. Correct. Also, you can get coins regarded for further options. However, it's still a general grade that protects a graded. Yes, there is. Like I said, most generally, when a coin is in a holder, it is somewhat accepted. You don't have to worry about having an MS65 coin and someone trying to say, "Oh, this is only an AU." I have seen that so many times. I will take a coin out of a holder on purpose and take it around and carry it to a show. Well, I can't really give you very much for this. It looks like it's an AU. And so, and I have other people say, "Oh, that's got to be a 64, 65," and they'll pay you for it. Again, that it's subject to opinion. A lot of guys are somewhat cautious when they're raw because they don't know.
Not me. I mean, I'll buy the coin what it really is. I sit there and I do grade them. And I don't care if they're in the holder or if they're raw. I'm going to grade that coin because I do not always agree with the grading company. And I think I'm a fair grader. Well, for example, I showed you a really nice coin. I paid up and over sheet. You paid up.
I don't know what coin you're talking about.
But we all know that it was definitely, and there's a buyer out there that wants to buy it for even more because PCGS undergraded that coin, and that's okay because you want it.
Are you talking about that gold coin?
You know what I'm talking about.
That one that I was offered $15,000 for when it came back here.
Yeah, the Carson City was undergraded.
Oh man,
I think it's an AU 58 plus. I can't quite agree with an unk.
But I don't know. Dave can agree as an unk. He wanted it pretty bad.
If you get a plus on that, you let me know.
Oh, that'd be worth more than an unk. It's a very nice coin. I bought it and I didn't even know what it was.
That's all right. I just sold a
video up on it.
I just sold a 17S, a Mercury dime, and a 58 plus holder. That's what was on it. NGC put a 58 plus on it. The guy had to buy it. Now I sold it for $200. It only sheets for $130.
Bob,
because he agreed with me. In a 60, it was $145. The problem is I've never seen one with a plus. Neither did he. We bought the holder. He bought the holder. I bought the holder because I paid. I actually bought it for $160 just because of what it said, which I knew I was paying over.
If you guys got a question or a statement you really want me to post, put some question marks in front of it so I'll catch it. Bob's Pay Dirt, Pistols and Pay Dirts, says, I feel ignorant about coin collecting. Love looking at them, though. I just stick to the bullion. I'm just a simple man. Bob, experience will come over time. You just get a few certified coins and start comparing your raw ones to your certified, and you'll learn. Grading is tough. There's no doubt about it.
If you don't mind, I'd like to touch on that a little bit too.
Go ahead and touch on it.
The bottom line is, Bob, I would find me a dealer that I trust locally and buy a few collecting coins from him. Ask him, well, how much would you give me to buy this back? If it's somewhere in the numbers where you're at and he tells you, well, there's a good chance that it could go up and I'll pay you more, that's a dealer I'd want to deal with because these guys both know me real well. I will buy that coin for more if it's worth more. I'm not going to sit there and buy it for less.
Now, Ryan, are you
top arm in there?
Would you call yourself a stacker or collector?
Both.
Stack-elector.
Yep.
Lori just made a comment. I have switched from stacking starting summer 2020. Find myself involving more into the numismatic side. Had some graded, I hate clean coins. So what do you think about her evolving from stacking into collecting? Do you think that's a commonplace among stackers that once they've stacked a lot, they tend to evolve and want to get more into the hobby? Or do you notice that?
I actually see that a lot here recently. I see that an awful lot here recently, especially with the amount of cool coins that they're releasing that you can collect that are still silver, but they have a lot of numismatic value to them. Like there's a lot of mints making coins that are limited minted pieces. And then people moving into silver dollars, people moving into, hey, I've been collecting 90%, stacking 90%. Why don't I just make the set? Now they don't really get into like the expensive coins, but they still start to the numismatic side, and I see that a lot here actually.
Now I'm going to put you on the spot here,
Okay.
Ryan. Bob again has another comment that was worth noting. I've gone to a couple local coin dealers in the Fort Worth area, which I think is Indiana, and they do not seem very inviting. Wish I
I
could
think he's
now
Fort Worth, Texas.
find a real good coin shop.
I
So,
think- Hey, Bob, in
does your shop suck like this guy does, or what?
Bob,
you
you do
invited?
have, in Fort Worth, you do have a couple of good shops in your area. Actually, Doug Davis has a shop over in Fort Worth area.
Now, how's your shop? Are you inviting, or are you just a butthead?
See, my thing, I'm a very inviting. Me, my father, especially.
I don't know about that. I was down there.
Especially-
It wasn't too inviting to me.
Oh man, I even took you out to lunch.
Yeah,
Um,
Mexican again.
Not the lunch. I love to eat.
but no. So my
Yeah, they'll
father,
take it every Mexican. They saved the best one for last. So the last one was the best one.
hey, it was a
I've
good
been
place.
coming
wasn't it?
down there quite a few different times, and every time they took me to this other one, then they finally showed me where the real good stuff was.
But no, I'm very inviting. I love new collectors. I love new investors, collectors. I try to work with everybody. I give everybody the 100% of my time when you come in. I like to explain things. I'm a very detailed person. I like to explain things in detail to the clients or to the collectors so they understand exactly what they're getting into. And for information purposes, I will show you any book you need.
Somebody says yum yum.
And I'll show you any book you need, any book that will help you, like the grading wise. There's a A&A grading book. We all have either been to the school or read the book multiple times. So, and then you have for errors, you have the Cherry Picker's Guide. I mean, there's so many different books that you can use. I try to inform everybody. So you're coming into me gaining knowledge and not feeling like, hey, I don't know anything. They're showing me these coins, but I don't know anything. I like to try to give enough information where you understand exactly what you're looking at and what you're getting into. Because as we all three know, coin collecting, there is a lot to know. Bullion, there's a lot to know. I mean, the bullion market changes daily, hourly.
He's the bullion guy right there. He's
Exactly.
the big one.
Me and him both know that the bullion market changes so fast. I mean, you can blink and it's changed. I've noticed that here recently.
I want to touch on Texas Joe's. Dallas Fort Worth shops are a bunch of coin hustlers. They all want way over fair value. Now, that is a perception in some cases where a coin collector coming into a shop will feel a coin shop wants more than fair value. But I can take 90% melts what? About 13.5 times face?
A little bit over that, but not
A little
much.
bit over that, right? I can wholesale it for 19 plus.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
am I wrong to ask 21 at this time? Am
No.
I trying to hit a lick? So that's not everybody knows that the coin dealers work back and forth together in such a manner that we're actually paying full retail plus to get it.
And-
So it could be the case where he is just basically, happens to know about the shops that are connected to wholesale.
And that is a good thing because like here recently I've been selling a lot of rare coins through my shop, and that's unusual because normally it's a lot of bullion and I get every now and then a collector. But here recently I've gotten a lot of collectors, and the biggest thing that we've all seen when we go to a show is trying to replace product. We used to be able to replace product pretty easy and deal with other dealers. Like I would be able to go to a show, buy a bunch of product, take it, bring it back, sell it to my clients at a fair and straight reasonable rate where it was cheaper. Now with everything going on with Gray Sheet,
When you do buy at the show, they want $5 over. So
when you go to the market, when you get there, they're like, hey, there's certain dealers that, hey, I want market price guide. Well, I can't buy it for straight retail. Or you get the dealers that, hey, I want over Gray Sheet, which is we all used to be able to buy at 10 back dealer to dealer, so we could sell it at Gray Sheet or $5 over Gray Sheet. We've all been there. And now it's just so hard to replace product. It is so
You're
hard.
paying 5 to 10% over Gray Sheet just
Easily.
to get it. And if it's like in the case of that, what was it, an 81cc, I think it was? Whatever it was. I think it was an 81cc I bought off Mike. That only bidded for 6,500, and I paid you. How much did I pay you for that $6,500 coin in the gray sheet?
$9,800. I bought it for
$9,800.
I paid.
And I didn't hesitate.
I didn't.
When I made that offer, I didn't even see the coin. He told me the grade, and I said, "I'll buy it."
But how many
I didn't
times
even
have
think
we sold
twice.
it for more?
Yeah, and he offered me $1,000 to not take it.
What was that?
I offered him another. I offered you 1,100. I was letting you make a profit.
Oh, okay, what was what?
What was that
11,000.
comment about Northwest Arkansas that popped up? I didn't get a read.
Who said it? Do you remember?
No, I just saw that it was popped up Northwest
How
Arkansas.
far back?
It's like a minute ago.
Oh shoot, man.
If that. I mean, I just saw it pop up. I didn't get to read it because that right there.
I popped that up there. Yeah, they're selling 20 times face. Is that
Which
you
is fair.
selling it for 20 times?
I mean, that's a fair price.
Oh
That's a
yeah,
fair price.
I didn't realize. Yeah, it was 20 times face is what they're going for there. This is a Pawn Stars effect. They show us a lot of big dollar coins and turned out the whole new kind of crowd. Guys, again, if you really here's a question. Put the questions first, M4. I'll catch it first. For the panel, same grade, same coin. Would you pay the same NGC versus PCDS versus Annex? Not two coins are the same. If you had a coin, one coin, you had it in a holder, and then you took it out and put it in another holder, and then took it out and put it in another holder, probably not. I would buy it on resellability, but it'd be close to the same.
See,
Pop that up, Keith. Guys,
What
this
is
is the sheet for 90%.
I can't see the number.
Let me see if I can get it cleared in. 21.
18 and then 21.
That's what we should be paying about, and that's about what I pay.
We should pay about 18, which is about right.
Yeah, 21.6. That's for quarters and dimes. Halves are a little bit more. I just pulled it up. This is their dealer sheet.
What about you guys? Would you pay the same in a different holder?
I'll answer this one next. I will pay because I understand what she's saying. I will pay the exact same thing for the NGC and the PCGS. For Annex, no. It depends on the coin.
Yes, Annex does sell at a reduced price.
Because Annex sells at a reduced price, but if it's the exact same coin and they've all graded it, let's say it's a 65, it's a 65 coin, then I will buy it at what the coin is. Like what I said earlier.
I'm buying the coin, not the holder.
buy the coin, not the slab. But normally, if it's a 65 and an Annex holder, then I will break it out and resubmit it because Annex holders sell cheaper than NGC or PCGS. They're just not as.
And that's why you're going to get a little bit less. Even though we agree it's a 65, we're going to crack it out and regrade it.
And we're investing more money into it.
I am laughing hysterically.
I love
Ryan,
that. I love
when
that
did you
comment.
get internet?
I love that comment.
When did you get internet?
Hey, we only get it sometimes, and it only works every other day. I love that comment.
They got a couple of donkeys out there in the back running on one of them little wheels, turning it, getting it going.
So we're basically, showcasing you. Tell us something about you. Guys, ask Ryan something about his shop. Ask him anything.
I never say ask me. Like, shoot out some questions.
Ask him how old he is. He's young. Ask him what kind of car he drives. He's spoiled.
I don't know if I was spoiled. I'm in debt.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You sit there and have payments. Paid 40 cents over Melford. Whoa, that is a great deal.
That is an amazing.
You did get a great deal.
Wow.
Now, is it 40 cents over for 1 quarter, though? Or?
Yeah, is it per quarter? Is it per?
Yeah, that's the question. If it's per face, that's great. But even 40 cents over melt for 1 quarter is still great.
$1.60 over. That's still good.
Yeah, that's still like yeah.
Yeah, that's still great. If melts at
we'll pay you more than
13.5.
that. Right now, we'll pay you more than that. Bring it on.
337 plus 0.4, you're paying 377. That's less than 16 times face. You want to sell it?
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say it's not close to that.
That's
why I said any one of us would have paid more than that for it. You can make some money.
That is one of the common coin dealer phrases. You want to sell it? Coin Crew, buy an MS64 common morning or buy an XF81cc raw.
What you're getting at
I would buy the CC.
but it also depends on what they're getting it for too.
Yeah, price. But if I would rather, actually, an 81cc, no, I would only buy that in uncirculated. That's that coin is, you go
The problem
from.
with the XF and the 60, you ain't that much of difference in money. The way that
No, you're not.
No, even from a VG all the way up to a 63, there's not a huge spread. So that one I would take only in uncirculated grade. If you're talking about the Morgan,
I personally wouldn't buy a common MS64 Morgan right now.
you wouldn't buy a common Morgan in 63.
I mean, I would buy one as a business, but for answering his question, I would go with the CC over the common date.
So why would you not buy a MS64 for your personal collection?
Why? Because so they're common dates. They're always going to be out there. They trade at a straight price normally. I mean, CC 81cc, finding one at the right price, it's a harder buy. It's more expensive. It's more desirable. I will tell you, as a coin dealer, whenever I'm looking through coins as a collection, I am more inclined to go, hey, it piques your interest when you see an 81cc than you see a stack of common date Morgan dollars. Because we see them all the time. It's not as exciting as a 81cc. It's a Carson City. I'm going to pay a lot more for this because I need it and it's easy to resell. 64 common dates, you're going to blow them out 90% of the time.
What if that common MS64 has pretty color to it? Would that change the whole statement?
It does. It does.
Extremely.
As we all know, a nice toned Morgan dollar is going to bring a premium. It's going to bring a premium.
Yes. Some of them. I seen an MS63 Morgan. I almost bought it. It was a bullseye, red, graded in PCGS. The problem was the guy was stuck on 1800.
That's a lot.
And I'm like, I couldn't pull the trigger. But then I found out he dumped the 50, and I'm like, man, if I'd have known that, I would have bought it. It was just, it was as red as if you're on a computer making that 255 red or whatever, zero on the other colors. It was that red. And just in the center circle, you could place a quarter in the center, and it was bright white. Maybe a nickel. Probably a nickel in the center.
That's kind of like that 96 Eagle I got. That's PCGS graded, really bright orange.
Mrs. Coin Crew saying the same thing you did, Ryan. She says, so basically it's easier to get the common date jump on CC. Don't come around often. And exactly. that's basically what you're saying. And she's saying,
it's the same thing. It's an 8283.
That's messed up. My wife agrees with a guest.
Yeah, 81 not so much, but your 82, 83, 84 are common, so they come around a lot.
They come around a little more, so then it would just depend on price, I guess. So, guys, any more questions?
We're all about answering some questions, guys. Hit us.
Looks like live Q&A is telling you guys to watch Toner Tuesdays. Yeah, they do it. We had just mentioned about toners. They do a video every Tuesday on the toned coins. I haven't got a chance to watch them personally myself. I'm so busy all the time. But and then here's M4A. What do you think about this? People making toners. Ryan?
I will say I've seen a lot of good tone.
He's got videos on them.
And I've seen some that have passed through NGC and PCGS. My only problem is,
what's your problem?
Man, we're going back into that, like messing with the coins, messing with
I don't like it too much. But it's pretty. To me, it doesn't have the value.
And my problem is getting one holdered, which is where they really sell, is so hard.
Okay, here's a question, Ryan. How do you decide if a coin's artificially toned? It's for you. It says Ryan.
Yeah, I see that.
Changed your name since we started.
No, Most of the time it's by tilt. Most of the time it's by look. And the thing is, and that's what I was getting at earlier, is it's so hard to look at them and be able to look at them and tell the difference between a artificially toned coin and a non-artificially toned coin. Beforehand, with the way the processing was working, it was a lot easier for us to look at them, see the difference in the toning, the spots, the missing of toning, the wearing. It was a lot easier for us to look at that and tell by the chemical base versus what we're seeing now. It's like sulfur. When you use toning with sulfur, it leaves a lot of dotted spotting on it, where if it toned normally, you wouldn't have that.
Normal oxidation.
Just normal oxidation.
So what is normal?
I can tell you what normal is pretty quick.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Go to Photoshop. Go to Outer Glow. They have precise and they have softer. Softer is natural. No, seriously, a softer tone is usually more likely to be natural than a precise tone.
What do you consider artificial toning? Do you is that all? Are you sure it's all chemical?
You asking me?
He's asking all of you guys. Can it be sun toned?
Yeah, sun toned.
That's not chemical. Would you call that a natural tone?
I would call that a natural tone. I would call.
So how do you get a sun tone? I know.
I have never seen how to get a sun toned.
I know how to do it.
Sit in the sun, I guess. No. Live Q&A says any way you look at it, deceiving buyers in most cases. I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with it if it's something you're going to try to sell, but if it's something you're going to make to give
later
away,
on, Ryan, I'll educate you on how to do that.
My thing about it is, it's so hard to tell the difference now. With the process that they're using, and there are some amazing tones out there that have passed through NGC PCGS. That the guy looked at me and said, "Hey, I did this myself." You look at it, and there's so many. The process has gotten so good that it's so hard to tell the difference. A lot of people say you can tell by color, you can tell by like I said, a few of the spottings or different things of that nature. But that's only if you're using chemical. Like he said, what happens if you use artificial? What if you use what they call artificial, but it's sun toning, and it's not just strictly off oxidation and time.
Well, here's Mark Thomas has made a comment here. He says 15 years ago, he toned a 1964 for Kennedy for grids, dipped it first and toned it natural way, but accelerated, sealed in container with sulfur, not in contact with the coin. PCDS graded that coin MS65. So that's a question that I think he's kind of touching on, and PCDS graded. If you use a sulfur toning technique where the sulfur doesn't touch it, and you just accelerate it, is that natural? By acceleration?
I don't think it is.
No, I don't. I agree with you.
To me, it's like I guess you could say a man-made diamond versus a real diamond.
Exactly.
Sometimes it's hard to tell.
Well, and once again, we're back on my 96 Eagle. Everybody looks at that. That is a wild tone. It got PCGS graded. You guys seen the coin before. The thing is, I still question myself if it's real or not. But nobody can explain to me how it happened. And I can't explain how it happened. I bought it.
Bluegrass says it's scamming people. They're not okay with it. Go ahead, Ryan. You was going to say something.
No, what I was going to say is, but I've also sent coins in that I bought. Like I showed Mike here. This is about 2 years ago. I sent in 2 coins. They were in caps to Morgan dollar rolls, original rolls. I sent them in. They were toned. And they came out of a safe. I'm going to trust what she said. She didn't try to artificially tone them. Those 2 were the only toned in the roll. Now, I sent them off to be graded. NGC slapped me with artificial. It came from an original roll.
I know. I got one. I got one in NGC holder right now. It says artificial toning too. And the bad about it is that you remember them old green books, Keith, that the dollars were in from the 40s?
Yeah.
I had a customer bring them in. Almost every coin was toned. About 85% of them got through grading with no artificial. But the better dated ones, they called them artificial toning. Made no sense.
Okay, M4A M4A says coin sat in a bag for 100 years, a dollar bag for 100 years. Isn't that still considered artificial toning? We can go around and around about this subject all evening. We obviously don't have enough time. We got like 10 minutes left. But basically,
If it's
if
sitting
you
in a
like
bag
the
like
toning,
that,
you don't
no,
feel
I
it's
wouldn't
artificial. It's kind of like it's artificial. It's kind of like grading. It's subject to opinion. If you like it, buy it. If you're comfortable with the price.
And that's the thing is it's very subject to opinion and it's very subject to reselling because you're going to buy we're in this business to buy it to resell it. Now, are you okay with buying something that you know is that you know has been excelled and you know has been messed with to get that color?
And
Are you going to
should
sell
always-
it as a toned coin and say, hey, this is a natural tone, or are you going to say this is artificial tone when you sell it?
If you know if it's artificial, I don't think you would be deceiving people if you tell them that.
See, I don't think so either. I think if you know that's been excelled and you say, hey, it's been excelled, you tell them how or whatever, then
Yeah.
I think that's fine. Now, there's a lot of people out there that are not. They're just selling it as, hey, this is a natural tone, knowing
You should never do
it
that.
is not,
That's
which I disagree
scam.
with.
Yeah, you know, I got coins that I don't send in for grading that are toned. Do I think they're natural? Once again, you're right. It's up to opinion. When people ask me, do they think it's a natural tone? I tell them I don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
The bottom line is I bought it in the collection. It was already toned like this. I don't want to mislead you. And if I really don't think it's toned, I will tell them that I don't think it's natural tone. But if you like to buy it like this, I leave the coins alone.
And I have a question. Okay, so how would you, if you sat there and you had somebody bring them in, other than sending them off, other than trying to look at them, and it looked like an actual tone coin, how would you know that it is without discussing it with anybody else? How would you know if it's artificial or if it's not? What would be your tell signs?
Well, a lot of times it will be. I would look at the coin to see if it, like you said, sometimes you'll see some graining. If I see a coin that looks like it's so white on one side and usually toned on the other, a lot of times it's been messed with. Sometimes you will see some coins that come in where you can definitely know it's been fakely done because they'll take a pair of like little clippers and that's where you look at the edges real good and you can see where it's nice and shiny on that edge, but all around it is toned. That's because they baked it.
Here's something about toned coins. Be truthful. Just tell them before you sell them. And as you know,
Exactly.
guys, we're all three dealers here, and we're all going to give you the best we can, our best opinion. We're not going to try to deceive you. That's why our businesses are reputable, because we don't try. We may not be the cheapest. We may be the cheapest, but we're not going to try to deceive you. And that is very important. Everybody should know that any dealer that I and Mike have up here on this chat, they're reputable. They're not going to be somebody who is trying to scam or pull the wool over people's eyes. And I think I can speak for Ryan as well as Mike would probably. He's a pretty reputable dealer, and he'll give you his honest opinion.
He is. Him and his dad both. I like them both.
This little ugly guy right there.
Okay. The other thing I want to touch, one more thing on this. Guys, even when you buy them certified, the graders could have made a mistake. Nobody 100% truthfully know that is truly toned. All we can assume that it is. I'm not going to sell you a coin that's even like I was talking about that 96 Eagle. I wish I knew how it got like that. I've never seen another one like that. Yeah, I paid crazy money for it because I liked it. And I have so many people ask me, is that natural? It's in a PCGS holder. That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm not going to tell you it's natural or not because I don't know.
I'm going to ask you guys a quick question after I read the statement. Serious collectors only want white MS67 or up to 140-year-old coin perfection. Good luck. They are only so many. I disagree with that. I bought the most beautiful MS67. Agree or disagree, and why, Mike?
What's that? No, I
Serious
disagree
collectors only want
because
white.
I got a really nice 67 tone in my collection. I really, if it's a nice tone, I think it's harder to find a really nice tone in a 67 than it is to find a white.
I'm going to disagree with both of you. So
I knew you would. You're the young generation.
So,
you like
well,
that
no,
white
but
stuff.
my thing
You like
is,
them high and white.
I've dealt with a lot of collectors here recently, and I've seen a huge trend on people wanting white coins with perfection. Perfection meaning no spots, no dots, no even slight toning. They want pure white
Oh,
coins.
We all
And
got them.
we all want that. But if you see
exactly,
that
which is
beautiful
what they are referring to as serious collectors. Now, do I think there are only serious collectors that want white coins? No, I think there are two types of collectors. There are the tone collectors, and then there are white collectors. And then
there's
you have
three.
well, then you have, I was about to change it to three because then you have the middle that just, hey, we're trying to fill, we're whatever. As long as it's the grade, it looks good.
He still don't agree with you. That ain't what
I don't
he-
agree with you. The third type of collector is this. He's the guy that likes white coins, but when a beautiful tone comes along, he would rather have that over white. I'm that collector.
See,
It has to be a beautiful tone.
My thing
Not
is, I don't
just
see
any
a lot
tone.
of that happening. If I'll tell you, I just finished a short set for walkers.
So do you buy the $1 million dollars or what? Those guys want them toned.
He wanted a straight white coin. He wanted a straight white set, short set of walkers. And I
But
was
what
like,
I'm saying is, once the coin gets so expensive, people want character.
see, and I do see that a lot in a lot of expensive coins. Like I had that proof 67 deep cameo.
That's what I'm talking about, character.
1867, and it had beautiful toning. I had the 2-cent piece that had that pattern that had that beautiful purple toning on it. So there are a lot of coins, especially on the older coins, you'll see a lot that have a beautiful toning. I do think it's harder to find white ones than toning ones, in my opinion.
Okay, let's touch on this. We're going to get your statement first, Ryan, because Michael's taking longer. What are your thoughts on the current spot prices of gold and silver?
I have a lot of mixed thoughts on that one. I have a lot of
just a
mixed
quick
thoughts.
rough, because Mike, we need to give Mike a minute or so.
Yeah, just give it to Mike because like that one.
Okay, Mike, go ahead.
Yeah.
What's that?
What is your current thoughts on the current? What are your thoughts on the current spot prices of gold and silver, the paper market?
Well, we all know that, and I'm going to say it again. It's definitely being manipulated. I love what I seen on Kitco the other day. I don't know if you guys caught that. We got 3 of the guys in JP Morgan are in deep waters right now, trading off gold and silver paper. They've realized that they've been manipulating the market. We're going to see some changes, guys, and we're going to see them soon. So just hang on in there because I'll tell you, I'm buying extra right now. I've been ordering over. I am live again, guys. I'm going to be live for a while. I'm not afraid to buy. I love this number, and I'm going to tell you, you better get in on it now.
Ryan, this question's for you.
I actually don't have one. And it's
There
funny
you go.
because they have been bugging me about making one for a while. We were actually
I don't think you have time.
We were at the Texas
He
show,
does. He got 5 more time than me.
we were at the Texas show, and actually one of the guys saw me on Mike's channel and on Keith's, Mike's, and Richie's channel, and they were like, it was a girl. She walked up, shook my hand, and said, "Hey, I saw you on YouTube. You're Ryan." And we start talking about it, and they're like, "When are you going to make your own
Was
channel?"
you on Silver
Like,
Seeker's channel, Mike's channel, my channel? Which one did they say?
she's
Silver
watched
Seeker,
all 3 of
Mike?
them. She's watched all 3 of them because you guys
Okay.
are always together and you guys talk so often that she just kind of branches off.
Okay.
I think it originally started with Mike's channel and then it went to yours and then Silver Seekers. I think that's how it went. It was something like that. But she's always in these whenever you guys are in the group.
I think you started on mine.
No, she actually really did start on mine. She said
Yeah,
that.
she said something about
Oh,
it.
she started. I'm saying you started. We got you on my channel first.
Yeah, but the thing is,
You've been on my
Ryan
channel.
was a movie star there. I
Hardcore.
think if he would have gave her her autograph, she would have fell over.
But I do not have one. I do not have one. No, I just appear with
Okay.
these guys.
I just got the buzzer alarm clock there. So, guys, there's an answer to your question, M4. Man, this was so fun. I wish we could go on, but we are on a time schedule. We try to keep this down to about an hour. So I guess we're going to close out. If you anything you want to say, Mike?
Yeah, guys, thank you for listening in. I'm sorry that maybe I was talking a little more than I should have. But, guys, tune in. We will be back in a couple of weeks. So I hope to talk to you guys soon. Stay cool.
Hey guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in, being here, enjoying. I enjoyed all the questions. I hope I'm back again. We can answer some more questions. Hope our questions helped you guys, and you guys were able to get some information and knowledge off of what we were talking about. It was lovely being here, and I look forward to next time. I will catch you guys later.
That guy is modest, right? But seriously, guys, check out Ryan and his father Tom's shop. I have a link to their website pinned at the top of the chat. So we are glad everybody joined in. And I just don't know what to say. Thank you. Thank you for all the support. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to bring these guys up one more time real quick. Today, because I just got to do this real quick, is the 2-year anniversary of Coin Crew being on YouTube. So what do you guys think? Am I doing okay, or am I just kind of barely making it?
I think you're doing great.
Let's just wait till the 3rd year and we'll talk about that.
2-year anniversary. We're going to do something with our 5K on that. So guys, thank you so much for coming. Rock on. Keep on stacking. And keep on learning.
Peace out, guys.